morning, Linnete.
Good morning, Hanan. How are you, Robert?
Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va très bien.
Ok. So today...
Aujourd'hui, vous nous parlez un peu de l'influence de l'Amérique, des États-Unis, sur la culture africaine.
Today is speaking about the influence of the U.S. on African culture.
The influence the United States of America has had on the African continent. Well, some years back, this country was like a model to other African countries, including other continents, including Africa in so many aspects. Let me begin with dressing, for example. If you wanted to look good or cool, you had to dress like an American. So in jeans, other clothes are jeans, crop tops, I love crop tops, bandanas, etc. So most of the fashion statements were borrowed from the United States. Hairstyles like the blowout became very popular in Africa. So the Jordan haircut was initiated by Michael Jordan, the renowned basketball player. Beyonce, who started using the word slaying. So
that's recent, though.
It's recent, but then it's still an influence.
Yes.
It's still the influence of the American culture into the African society. And even going to the gym, when you see celebrities like Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez going to the gym, you also want to go to the gym so that you also rock the kind of body that they have. So it has made several people, including women in Africa, on the African continent, to go to the gym in a bit to rock bodies like these celebrities. And not only that, even in terms of music, singing like an American was the way to go, and it's still the way to go anyway. So, and even most of the music videos from Africans incorporated elements, and still incorporate elements from the United States. For example, the bling bling, popping champagne, sagging,
and throwing money around.
Throwing money.
Yes.
Nigerian
artists do
exactly.
that.
Like for example, we have
artists do that.
Wizkid,
and
Davido,
and all that.
and even other African artists as well, not only from Nigeria, even in francophone, Lusophone, anglophone countries as well.
But in fairness, Davido essaie quand même d'avoir un côté un peu plus africain dans ses vidéos. My favorite one is Aye. Like for instance, Aye is in the village.
To put a lot of African
stuff. That's also something positive about, because it's not, they don't entirely copy the American lifestyle or incorporate all the American elements into their videos. They still have the African touch that still remains in these music videos. So even in terms of speaking, apart from the music, now speaking. So when you manage to reach the United States from Africa, that's a big achievement. And that's why most Africans imitated how Americans speak with the American accent. And maybe you even haven't gone to America, to the United States, but you will make people believe that, you know what, man, I come from the United States of America. So that kind of thing. So, and then apart from that, when we look at music again, several genres of music have also come from the United States to the African continent. For example, the hip-hop. Hip-hop, we have rap music, soul music, that all came from the United States. We have artists like Asha from Nigeria, Neka from Nigeria, South Africa's Zahara, Lyra, Somi, American singer and Rwandan and Ugandan descent, Uganda's Maurice Kiria, from Morocco, and the list is endless. So these artists are Afro-soul artists, explaining further the influence of the American music to the African continent.
Parce que même le R&B et le hip-hop, that stems from slavery, age, et ça vient de l'Afrique à la base. So it's all of originally.
Me, I think Americans try to convince the world that they were the way to go. It is good to borrow a lot of cultural relationships when it comes to music, when it comes to food, cuisine, and all that. But going to the extent where now you abandon what you really are, it's not. I don't think it adds anything to. It adds any value to how we should be living.
You're definitely right about that. But anyway, things have changed over the years. It's not only an exchange from the American continent to Africa. Now it's vice versa. Things are going from Africa now to the United States of America. So I talk about the Afropunk Festival. So it's a music festival held annually in August in Brooklyn, New York City since 2005. And it has also extended to Atlanta and even in Paris in France. So this festival seeks to provide black people an opportunity to build a community amongst the predominantly white punk subcultures to majorly reflect on African American culture. So a lot of activities take place during this festival, the Afropunk Festival. So for example, music performances from artists like Ice Cube. Ice Cube is one of the pioneers of the hip-hop music. We also have Lauryn Hill, Petite Noire, Erykah Badu, Grace Jones, Janelle Monáe, among others. So they have got the chance to perform during this festival. And some of the participants paint their faces. And this is something the African continent is known for. It came from Africa, the painting of the faces. But then when you look at the festival and just the images that viewers you can see on your screen, you will notice that some of their faces were painted. And in terms of music, Americans have started appreciating African music by doing collaborations, collabos with artists from the continent. For example, we have the common one, the recent one, Wizkid and Drake. So Wizkid and Drake.
Snoop Dogg also did something with someone. I can't remember his name.
I don't think
Okay.
No, Snoop Dogg? Yes, Snoop Dogg did a collaboration with someone. And Akon has also done a lot of collaborations with African
But Akon is Senegalese originally.
There is a lot of South African music that is being appreciated in the United States, and even acting. Look at actors like Charlize Theron, who are really known in the United States, yet they are from South Africa. So I think.
Lupita.
Oh yeah, Lupita Nyong'o
as well.
Exactly.
So we have, as we've said, Wizkid, Drake, Chris Brown. We had P Square and Dave Scott, the recent music video, Bring It On. Kanye West, in 2012, Kanye West collaborated with D'banj to produce the Oliver Twist song.
Well,
yes.
Kanye West is so Nigerian. It's like his ancestors are from Nigeria. Have you looked at that man's ego? Or how proud he is?
Oh my gosh.
On va avoir des problèmes avec les Nigérians maintenant. It's gonna get us in trouble. Don't make this comments.
So apart from that, and artists from the continent, from Africa, are also going to America, to the United States, to perform. They have different gigs in the United States of America to perform. So for example, we have South Africa's Black Coffee. He's a perfect example. So he's the first contemporary South African artist who is genuinely developing a crossover audience. He spent the past 5 years taking the house music world by storm, playing in Hong Kong, Dubai, Israel, Spain, Croatia, Portugal, France, Greece, and even the United States. And we also have Salif Keita, Tikenja Fakoli, Yusundur are also examples from the Francophone world who also perform in the United States of America. So their music is very much appreciated.
Je mentionnais Ali Farka Touré qui est décédé, mais he was a big
artist.
Big artist, yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
So Jidena is also another perfect example. And have you noticed something? Most of the examples you're giving are just Nigerian.
Yeah. I mean, Nigerians are international.
I love how spontaneous Nigerians are.
Yes, very spontaneous.
If you look at a list of countries where spontaneity leads, Nigeria first.
Et il y a de grandes similitudes entre la culture du divertissement américaine plutôt, et la culture du divertissement à la nigériane, like Nollywood, Bollywood, Hollywood, you can draw a comparison.
And look at now the American Hollywood, the Hollywood, or rather the American entertainment industry is also seeking for people from Africa. Look at Trevor Noah. Exactly. Trevor Noah is doing something that he's amazing, yeah.
He's amazing. He's one of my favorite comedians. So I was talking about Jidena. So he lives in the United States of America, but he's Nigerian, and his music has been uploaded by so many. And even American artists are coming to Africa to perform. For example, Chris Brown, Akon, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, and the list is endless.
She's not a singer.
She's not a singer.
C'est vrai qu'elle était en Côte d'Ivoire il y a quelques années.
Kim is not a musician, but she can make anything. You know, like she'd come up and say, "We are going to." She has a game on Google Play and iPhone stores. Like she's not. I saw it as a suggestion on my Google Play. And I'm like, Kim Kardashian has a game.
I think we have to look for that. Anyway, and there's a Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa apparently is coming to Ghana very soon. Though details the details are still not very clear. And I guess there's a tweet there. I guess it's a fan who tweet him back because he say, Wiz Khalifa say he can't wait to go to Ghana. But then the fan said, I don't know what Ghana means, but she's a lucky one to have you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, people don't know that. Americans don't know Africa. And speaking of that, I feel like I talked about recently that Africa, most people think that Africa is a country. Africa is not a country. Africa has 54 different countries.
And it's not a person
Ghana
either.
is just one of the countries.
And it's not a person either.
And it's not a person, and it's not a lady. It's fine. Anyways, so many people looked at that, and everybody was shocked. So in the early editions of the Morning Call, we also looked at natural hair. And today is Halloween. So I don't know. And not only Americans are celebrating Halloween, even Africans have also got into this craze of Halloween. A day to remember the dead, including saints, martyrs, and all the faithful departed. So the two of you, are you celebrating Halloween by any chance?
No, I don't think so. It's not. I have friends who are telling me they're celebrating Halloween, and these are people I grew up with in the village, and they pretend they don't know the mother tongue anymore. So.
Peut-être l'année prochaine. Merci beaucoup, Linnete. On se retrouve lundi prochain pour une nouvelle chronique de This Culture.